Hello, welcome to another midweek meditation. I'm so excited to share this space with you tonight. We are going to be doing a meditation on how to be present in our own lives. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure you're in a comfortable spot. If you need to shift or lay down, get some pillows, a blanket, whatever you need. Lean back, sit up, whatever feels best to you at this moment. Sometimes it's nice to sit with our feet flat on the ground, but sometimes it's nice to curl up and lay down during a meditation. So see what feels best to you. And then you can go ahead and close your eyes. In today's world, we are often so busy multitasking, juggling various responsibilities, our to-do lists, our tasks, running from one thing to the next, that we forget to be present in our own lives. We miss out on small moments that make life worth living. So being present means focusing your attention to the current moment and being fully engaged in the right now. So that means not worrying about what may happen in the future or ruminating about what has already happened. Having a meditation practice is a great way to train our brains to stay present. And frankly, our brains are really used to doing the exact opposite of that. So tonight we're going to go through a guided grounding practice that you can use anytime to help bring you into the present moment. We're going to be using our senses. So, as we get started, the first focus is going to be on our sense of sight. So I'm going to have you go ahead, if you'd like, to open your eyes for this part of the meditation and begin looking around the space that you are in. Just start to name the things that you can see, trying to take notice to things that maybe aren't as obvious. Maybe it's a speck on the wall that you haven't seen before, or a specific book tucked in between something. You can say them out loud or in your head. I'm going to go ahead and give you a minute to take this in. All right, and once you have said out loud some things that you can see in your space, you can go ahead and close your eyes again. Now we're going to focus and move on to our sense of touch. So what can you feel right now? How does your clothing feel against your body? Does anything feel tight or loose, soft, uncomfortable? How about the chair that you're sitting in or the ground that your feet are on? How does that feel? If you have a pillow or blanket, is it soft, cozy? Maybe you're outside and you can feel the wind on your face. Let's take a few breaths here. Next, let's move on to our sense of hearing. And what are 3 things that you can hear? My voice is an obvious one since I'm doing the meditation, but I'm going to go ahead and stop talking for just a little bit, and I want you to notice what you can hear when you really pay attention. So it can be things happening in the distance, you have your windows open, maybe some noises outside or a TV upstairs, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a second to really tune in to what you can hear. All right. For me, I have my windows open and I could hear some leaves rustling. You hear some cars in the distance. But it's all things, these noises kind of overlap and we don't really notice them unless we're paying attention. So taking that time to really listen helps us be in this present moment. Now let's move on to our sense of smell. So this one might be a little trickier. So having your eyes closed and really paying attention, making sure you're taking in and noticing maybe it's a smell of what was cooked for dinner, or maybe a candle is burning. Maybe you can smell the outdoors. Let's take a few breaths here and focus on what you can smell. Okay. And last but not least is our sense of taste. Now, this one is probably the trickiest, but see what happens when you pay attention. If you have something that you are drinking, go ahead and take a drink, see what you notice. Maybe you are chewing a piece of gum, or maybe you just ate dinner, but kind of noticing like, what is it that I can taste? Some ways that we can use this activity in our everyday life is you can use this on a meditating walk. So taking a walk and doing the same practice where you notice what you can see, notice what you can hear, what you can feel, what you can smell, and what you can taste is a great way to stay present in our walks. If you think about when you go on a walk, a lot of times it's, you might be listening to music or a podcast, you might be thinking about something that's going to happen in the future, but doing a mindfulness walk using those principles of using our senses can help us stay present. We can also do this practice if you are feeling anxious or worrying about something. We can use a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding practice. So it's using these same principles, but saying 5 things that I can see, 4 things that I can hear, 3 things that I can feel, 2 things that I can smell, and 1 thing that I can taste. Can really help us bring our anxiety, our quick breathing down when we need to. Whenever we can take an opportunity to fully live in the present moment, take it. The more you do it, the more it becomes natural. Remembering that mindfulness is a practice because it takes us doing over and over and over again to fully retrain the overstimulation and overscheduling that we have become so used to. So I hope that this practice tonight gave you some ideas of things that you can do. Again, using it during a grounding and mindfulness walk, or using it when you are just starting to feel anxious. Go ahead and open your eyes, and thank you so much for joining this meditation this evening. I look forward to sharing this space with you next Wednesday.